Hey, what's up YouTube? Sean here with Budget Gearbox, and today I want to show you guys a purchase that I recently made, well, about a month ago, but it took 2 weeks to come in, and I've been carrying it for about 2 weeks. And that would be the OLIGHT S10R Baton. This thing is pretty sick. So stay with me, and when we come back, we'll take a look at it. Alright guys, so like I said, this is the OLIGHT S10R Baton. And this thing, for a small flashlight, packs a huge punch. This thing has a walloping 500 lumens at its max output. It does have two other lumen outputs. It has a lumen output of 0.5, which would be your moonlight mode, and it has another mode at 100 lumens. This flashlight has what they're calling a XP-L HD LED, which is the highest output for that category of LED, of Cree LED, as far as they're stating. It has PVD technology, which is this stainless steel bevel around the lens of the flashlight. And it also has a ring around the button. You guys can see that. So that's pretty cool. The button on this is actually flat. It's flush so that it doesn't have a chance of going off while it's in your pocket. So that's kind of cool. This pocket clip can come off. It does come off, so you can put it face up or face down for the carry. I prefer bevel down. It has the magnetic recharging base, which I will show you in a moment. Also means that it can stick to anything metal. So if you're a mechanic and you want to use this, you can just stick it to, say, the hood of a vehicle or what have you, anything steel or magnetic. So that's pretty cool. The battery that it takes is a 650 milliamp RCR123A battery. So that's pretty cool. So I'd assume you could use non-rechargeable ones. And this is the OLIGHT brand. Yeah. So that's that. Screw this cap back on before I forget. I mean, its size alone, for me anyway, I'm not using it as a Kubaton, so the size of it alone is ridiculous. I mean, that's what you got right there. It is incredibly tiny. So what else can I tell you about this thing? Oh, let's go over the, oh, it does have another mode. It does have the strobe mode, in addition to the 3 normal brightnesses. Oh, excuse me. It has the the 0.5 lumen, which is the moonlight, the 100 lumen, and then it has 5 lumens as well. So, and then it has a 10 HZ, don't ask me what that means, strobe mode, which the strobe mode on this thing is pretty insane, which I'll show you when I take it outside and show you guys the lighting on it. Okay, so this flashlight also has a pretty cool feature, which is a runtime decreaser. So it keeps it from overheating. So if you do fix it to some kind of metal object and it's constantly running, it's going to control its output and decrease it slowly so that it does not overheat. Because if you leave this on 500 lumens, its max output, it does get pretty warm pretty quick. So the way they describe it is based on the runtime of the active thermal control, 4.5 minutes highlighting, 3 minutes gently falling to 60% of the initial brightness. So it's going to keep on decreasing over the time that it's running. And then it does have, if it, like, for some reason did go on in your pocket, it will shut off by itself apparently. It has reverse polarity, so you don't have to worry about throwing the battery in the wrong way. It's a hardened temper glass, double-sided anti-reflective film coating. So I assume that means like you're not going to get any glare off of the lens. Alright guys, so we're outside here in the backyard, trying to make sure it's as dark as possible for you guys. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to run through the modes real quick. So you can get the max output of 500 lumens immediately when you turn this flashlight on if you double tap the button quickly. It does have a memory mode, so if you do that and shut it off, it'll remember that mode or whichever mode you were in prior. But we'll cycle through the modes anyway initially. So if you press the button once, you're going to get your 5 lumens, and that's the 5 lumens right there. So that'd be your moonlight mode, I'm assuming. If you hold it in, you get the next one, which is the 100 lumens. Pretty good. Does the job. If we hold it in again, we get our 500 lumen output, and that's pretty damn good. It's kicking everything up. And then when you're on a mode already, if you double tap it, it goes into the strobe mode, which that's a pretty good strobe. See if I can show the camera real quick. So, not a bad flashlight at all. You're getting a pretty powerful punch in a small package, in my opinion. So, yeah, let's go back inside and we'll talk some more. All right, guys. So that was the outputs and what it looked like in the dark in the backyard. So, the S10R Baton II does come with a few accessories, and what it comes with is the OLIGHT magnetic charging dock. So there's the magnetic charging dock. It has a USB in and a micro USB in, or a USB out, I guess you could call this one. So you could plug into that one, and I assume you could put another USB device on that port and run through it. It does have the LED charging light, so it'll tell you when it's charging, when it's done. It'll be green. When it's charging, it'll be red. It did come with some sticky stuff that you could put on the bottom of it, so you could stick it to a wall and utilize that. I kind of stuck it somewhere where I shouldn't have, so I'm not using that anymore. But that's a cool idea, and sticks good to the magnetic base, so it's not falling off unless you swing it sideways like that. But either way, that's still a pretty good stick. So it does come with that. That's how you charge it. It doesn't have a USB port anywhere else on it, so you would have to use this base. There's no way around that. It does come with a lanyard, which is pretty good because it is a small flashlight. It's got OLIGHT written on it there. That's cool. And then it just comes with your standard USB, micro USB charging cable. So, price point on this. This is a pretty good flashlight, in my opinion, as a EDC carry. You got the higher end brands out there, you got the lower end brands out there. This is somewhere in the middle. It's definitely not the most expensive flashlight in the world, but it's not the cheapest. I got this one for $31.99 through GearBest, and I had to wait about 2 weeks for it to come in, but the MSRP anywhere else is like $59.95, somewhere around there. I'm sure you can find it cheaper, but I'm sure you'll find it more too if you go to certain sites. So to me, to wait the 2 weeks for it to come in was worth it. I didn't really need the flashlight per se, but for $31, you get a pretty good, solid piece of kit for my EDC, and I'm quite happy with it. I don't see any issues with it thus far. He said you won't be able to use it as a Kubaton, so if you're into that kind of thing, this probably isn't the light for you. If you're looking for just a light source, something to put in your pocket that's not going to take up a lot of room, that you're not going to notice is there, but it's there when you need it, this is probably a really good option for you. If you want to spend all the money on the Surefires and the Streamlights of the world, go ahead. But there are a lot of companies coming out now, and they're offering some pretty big value and performance for their price, for their low price points. So, yep, that's about it, guys. This is the OLIGHT S10R Baton from OLIGHT. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. Please be sure to like, share, subscribe. Check us out on Instagram, Facebook. And as always, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time. Bam.